Hey, Glue Troopers, back here in the TARDIS. I got back from that very lengthy family thing I had to take care of. It's all taken care of, but I managed to sneak out here and get just a little bit of work done on the B-25. Something was bothering me about it, and it dawned on me what it was. The pilot figures weren't very impressive. They were definitely the weak link in the chain. The front and half parts didn't fit very well. The plastic's brittle. And then I realized what it was that was bugging me about it. It wasn't that the three of them were in the same position, that kind of expected. It was that they were using the standard heavy flight suit, heavy boots with flying cap and goggle type pilots. But as I recall from every source material I've ever seen, Doolittle's Raiders were actually flying wearing their saucer caps, you know, with the 50 mission crush kind of thing, their headsets over it. And I thought about just trying to build up the hats out of clay or something, but the whole thing just looked wrong. So I found some 1/48 scale figures that had saucer style caps and everything, and did some chop cut, you know, and managed to make all three of them well, basically I left more body parts behind than Cersei Lannister, but I did manage to create three individual characters to go in the cockpit and the nose section. I also did bob the head off of one character that had a ball cap, which was correct for the turret. Of course, given the way that this is just a plate with the head on it, I literally just put the head there. It's not really going to be detailed out. And given I'll probably change that color from zinc chromate to black, though, to give it the illusion of a little more depth. But it looks okay. It's starting to come together. I'm using this new putty that was by Deluxe Materials that I don't know how it's going to work out so far. It seems to be okay. It comes out very, very soft. You know, almost a little thicker than the mayonnaise, but it's very easy to get into little places with a spatula or something, and it seems to dry fairly quickly. So I'll see how that goes. I'm using a lot of it on the Bombardier because that's a whack chop job. I mean, he's really been cut up and reground and everything, and using a lot of putty as body filler. So we'll see how that works out. But I just didn't like the idea all three of them just sitting there in their seats with no. You'll be able to see them well enough that I think it matters to me. And you know, come on, this is the group, our first group build. I want to do a bang up job on it. And I also, in other news, I went ahead and took that big Frog Tempest out of the box and inventoried the parts just to see what it's like. And wow, that kit was way more complicated than I thought it was. It's a U-control airplane, but it builds up like an RC. And I need to check, see if I can find out what the vintage of that thing is. But at some point, I would like to build it, or maybe give it to my buddy Ken to build, because he's done some really good wooden models like that. If I know him, he'll try to convert it to an RC, which it might be a little heavy for. You know, U-control aircraft can get away with being a little bit heavier than an RC because they have a lot of power going on, so we'll probably make it electric if we ever get to it. Well, I mean, someday we will, you know, but I don't. Anyway, enough of that. It's really just an incredibly interesting kit. I've never seen one like this before, to build a U-control airplane, so it's quite the little experience and make a great challenge. Obviously, the most intimidating part is the engine cowling, which, although the top of the fuselage was apparently pre-shaped, unless somebody got in there and did some nice work to it, it was pre-shaped. But that cowling, that's a challenge. That's a lot of grinding and a lot of symmetry and everything, and respect for whoever can pull that off. Well, as I mentioned, I'll leave tomorrow morning early, going on a 4-day. I'm not taking a model with me this time. I have, like I say, some training to do while I'm out on the road, not a lot of time off, a lot of deadheading and that kind of stuff. So just not a good trip for a model build. And when I get back, I'll get back to work on all this. This is as far as I go with the B-25 for now. Hopefully by the time I get back, maybe those instrument decals that Mark from Montana sent me might have shown up, and I still need to check the buzz number, the tail number on this model, see if it's right, or if I need to get something else, because for the Doolittle Raiders. And that's where we're at with that. A couple folks had asked about builds in the future. The way this normally, I would say, sort of works is everyone works on the B-25 until September 27th, and hopefully everybody get their pictures to me before that, and then we have a show. You know, I'll put together a video or something. Yeah, well, or something. I'll put together a video with all the imagery. Now, guys, please take time to take some good pictures. If you're using cell phones or something, don't be afraid to get a little further back and have them well lit. It always, the focus and everything tends to work a little bit better if you're a little further back. If you're in doubt, take some close and just take some back up, and take a few. It's email. Send as many as you like. I'll pick some good ones. The lighting, of course, is key. Don't be afraid to go outdoors and photograph them on a bright sunny day. Natural light usually gives the best photographs. So once that is done, then we'll start the next one, and that'll be the Cold War missile of your choice. We said that's going to be done Halloween because it's going to be kind of Halloween themed, monster themed, with the Godzilla meter as a sort of little tongue-in-cheek Halloween sort of party thing. Got to make sure I try to get Halloween and the days around it off. Now, it's always possible that I might be working these days we've set up. So if my schedule comes out and I can't do it exactly on those dates, I'll let you know. We'll just amend the dates. It'd be more prone to push it back than push it forward. Then after that one's done, then after the new year, we'll all pick the next one for the airliner build, and then that'll probably do somewhere around March. Then after that, we'll pick something for the car build, and then around the middle of the year, we'll probably do a ship build. And by the way, I was thinking about the ship build. Again, just like we talked about the airliner build, if it carried passengers from point A to point B, it's an airliner. I don't care if it's a Zeppelin, a biplane, as long as it was an airliner, a commercial airliner. Well, the same thing for the ship build. Anything, it's watercraft. It can be a speedboat, it can be a submarine, it can be a sailing ship, it can be which of course for Bruce is going to be kind of a cheat. Guys, Mystic Modeler ships, Bruce is out there building ships all the time. But then again, I'm sure he'll do something just special for that build. And I've got a couple of ships here. I've got that GATO class submarine, and I've also got that Pibber patrol boat, and I've got a PT boat, so I've got some to pick from. And although my buddy Donovan, who I made the stagecoach for, he wants me to build him a sailing vessel to have it display. So that might be something like the Blue Nose schooner or something. Might be time for me to do a sailing ship. I've never rigged one before, so it'll be interesting. We'll see where it takes us. And by the way, you can do more than one. If you want to do 2 B-25s or 2 ships or 2 different, that's cool. That's all good. And of course, we'll still have our regular viewers builds as other photos of things come in. And the first one is the most specific because it's a B-25. The other stuff's somewhat kind of looser, because we want to keep it fun. And then at some point, we'll probably pick a specific subject again. And it'll just depend on what's popular. Maybe people want to do a Zero or a Spitfire or a whatever. And there you go. So that's where we're at on everything. Hope everybody's having a great time. I had color-coded those paints the other day and stumbled across this today. Whole nother box of paints I forgot I had. I got a bunch of this stuff in a big lot purchase when Hobby World was going on. A lot of stuff's very old, so you occasionally got to mix it up, stir it. But I keep telling myself I'm going to get this place organized. And then, of course, I come in and organize 1 or 2 little things, and then I'll look around and go, oh, hey, let me just put a little touch of paint on that. Next thing you know, I'm face down, elbows up on the model again. It's not an addiction. I can quit anytime I want. I just don't want to. Also, one of our viewers, Bob, sent me a picture of something that was kind of a neat idea. If you've got too many models and storage is becoming a problem, you got some cardboard boxes, he puts his models in cardboard boxes but puts these walls on them to protect them so you can sort of stack them up, and that way you can rotate your display or whatever you want to do. So that was kind of a neat idea. And so that's where we're at with everything. A few more pictures have already started trickling in for the next viewers build. So hope everybody's having a great day. Maybe I can do something on the road, but I'm not counting on it. Probably going to be going dark for about 4 days. You guys take care. I also want to thank everyone for the kind words on my video talking about why we model. Every once in a while, I just think it's kind of good to have my annual why do we do this thing. It's, well, I think it's inspirational, but whatever. Guys, again, take care of yourselves. We'll see you when we get back. And as always, model on.